Hi, everyone. I'm Caleb Tripplet. I am Berry Global's product line director for our converter and food films business as a part of engineering materials. I've been with Berry for a little over 3 years, all in the flexible side of the business. And I'm here today to talk to you about our On-Tour product line and what Berry is doing around circularity in the flexible packaging space and how we're driving an improved end of life story to support the flexible packaging industry. So super excited to talk to you. My more is all around improving the end of life story for flexible packaging. Huge believer in the power of flexible packaging and the power of plastics, and excited to drive more circularity and an improved end of life story in this industry. And that's what my presentation is about today. So I'm excited to talk to you about what Berry is doing on the engineering materials side and how we're driving innovation and sustainability for flexible packaging. So I'm going to take some time today to talk about our On-Tour product line. Our On-Tour product line is all around accelerating the circular economy with recyclable films and driving that improved end of life story. And On-Tour is a product line category, so it contains multiple films, not just one, and excited to talk about each of them today. But I want to start by framing up the topic and why Berry is driving the On-Tour product line with such urgency, and talk about market and consumers and what's driving all the urgency around circularity. And the first area I want to point out is all around these public commitments that so many CPGs and brand owners have made out of a response of the heightened public pressure, governmental pressure, consumer pressure to improve and minimize their environmental impact. They've made commitments. They've made commitments around eliminating unnecessary packaging or source reduction to improve the end of life story for their packaging and to increase the transparency of their products, both that they package and the packaging itself. Consumers want more transparency. And so brand owners have responded with so many of these public commitments that are tight deadlines. And some of these expectations are firm, setting years and target years like 2025, 2027, 2030 to have 100% packaging of their packaging as recyclable, compostable, or reusable, or to increase recycled content usage. So a lot of strong commitments that have been made to drive a lower environmental impact by so many brand owners. So a lot of urgency around this. And then secondly, I would frame up what the consumer is driving. We know that consumers are becoming increasingly more sensitive and prioritizing more their purchase patterns by topics like sustainability. Consumers care about sustainability. We know it also has a generational curve, right? We know that younger shoppers, younger consumers are more concerned about sustainability and their environmental impact than, let's say, older consumers. But even that generational gap is starting to shift, and we're starting to see baby boomers and the older generations care about sustainability as well in packaging. So I want to talk about that. You look at the infographic here, and what we see is around 82%, according to the Flexible Packaging Association, 82% of consumers care about the sustainability impacts of their packaging, of what they purchase, and the packaging that it's in. And 79% of consumers prefer to purchase packages or product that are packaged in sustainable packaging over product that is packaged in not sustainable packaging. So we know that consumers care. And for Berry, within engineered materials, we think flexible packaging has a place to win. We think flexible packaging can drive so much progress in sustainability and in circularity, and we're banking on that. We look at the FPA, and the FPA, the Flexible Packaging Association, has done some work to measure the impact of flexible packaging solutions versus some of our rigid or corrugate or other formats of packaging. And what they found is that flexible packaging drives huge sustainability improvements for so many brand owners and for so many packaging formats. For example, a flexible packaging solution for laundry detergent pods emits 726% less greenhouse gas than a rigid PET container. And a flexible packaging solution for cat litter emits 1,429% less fossil fuels than a rigid pail. And lastly, another good infographic here, a flexible packaging solution for coffee consumes 1,605% less water than a steel can. So we know that flexible packaging has a place in this market. We know that it can drive huge improvements in source reduction and in greenhouse gases and in total carbon footprint. But we know the challenge with flexible has and continues to be the end of life story. So many flexible packaging solutions are mixed material. They're difficult to identify what material it uses. So it's difficult to understand what stream it needs to go into. Consumers are confused about, can they recycle their flexibles? Can they not recycle their flexibles? If they can recycle them, where does it go? So the challenge for flexibles has always been the end of life story. And that's why I'm so passionate about improving that. And I want to take some time today to talk about the How to Recycle program. The How to Recycle program is all about enabling and driving an improved end of life story for packaging as a whole. But when it comes to flexibles, we know that the problem with flexibles has been the confusion that consumers have around what can be recycled and where. And so the How to Recycle program has stepped in a big way to provide a solution there by helping brand owners and helping folks like Barry provide instructions on their packaging around how to recycle and the recyclability status of that particular package. So it provides a clear and concise process for consumers to follow on the package itself on how to recycle their flexible packaging. This program is today only applicable in the US for polyethylene. So that's one reason why Barry's excited. We're a polyethylene film supplier in the flexible packaging industry. We build, we innovate, we've designed our business to be all about polyethylene. And we believe that polyethylene is truly a big part of the solution as we move forward. And that's really what OnTour is all about. It's about building out for brand owners an all polyethylene solution for flexible packaging. Drive that end of life story. We've invested heavily into polyethylene and into developing and innovating around how polyethylene can be a bigger solution in the flexible packaging market today and start displacing some of those multi-material structures that are difficult to recycle. But flexible packaging has a long history of using those mixed material structures. Brand owners, CPGs, co-packers, converters are all used to those mixed material solutions and the processing windows that they provide, the graphic properties that they provide, the processing windows that they provide, all around those mixed materials. You know, converters and brand owners have grown used to the properties that those solutions provide. And so that's the challenge for the flexible packaging industry and for Barry is how can we develop and innovate products that help displace those mixed material solutions. And these characteristics like stiffness, wide processing windows have been difficult traditionally for polyethylene to achieve. All polyethylene packaging typically has a narrow processing window, does not print super well. So a lot of the challenge in the flexible packaging market today is about how to improve the properties of polyethylene to make the end of life story better. And that's what OnTour is all about. So our feature product in the OnTour product line is OnTour Bold. OnTour Bold is a polyethylene-based print web, and it is using proprietary technology to mimic properties that converters, brand owners, and CPGs have grown to be familiar with when using PET or OPP on the outer layer of their flexible packaging solution, on that mixed material solution. OnTour Bold, much like PET or OPP, has superior strength, clarity, gloss, tear, and stiffness like you've never seen in a polyethylene film before. And OnTour Bold is really designed that way to help mimic the processing and the conversion process that you would see in a PET or OPP. So it prints extremely well, it laminates extremely well, it offers low extensibility in those processes, so your processing speed will be optimal. It will be very similar, if not as good or better than what you see with mixed material solutions. And most importantly, the stiffness of Ontour Bold helps converters achieve high-end graphics for brand owners to have really great shelf appeal with their product. So that's a sneak peek on Ontour Bold. Next, I want to talk about what we're doing on the sealant film side, because we really recognize that innovation like Ontour Bold, where we're introducing a new technology on a print website, has to be supplemented with a total package approach. And so what we've done to supplement the growth and the success that we're seeing with Ontour Bold is we've begun modifying and really focusing innovation efforts around our sealant film business to ensure that our sealants are optimized for all polyethylene packaging, to ensure that our sealant films are designed uniquely to be laminated and converted alongside Ontour Bold. So these sealant films that we've designed as a part of the Ontour category are branded Ontour Shield and Ontour Shield Plus. Our Ontour Shield films offer extremely low SIT. They offer how to recycle pre-approval, just like Ontour Bold. I forgot to mention that Ontour Bold is also how to recycle pre-approved. So brand owners can be assured that they can achieve that how to recycle logo when using Ontour Bold, and they can also achieve it when using Ontour Shield and Shield Plus. Our Ontour Shield films also have been tested immensely to ensure that these films are compatible and convert well with Ontour Bold optimally, right? They pouch, print, and laminate very well when used in combination with Ontour Bold. And in that way, Berry is really providing a total package approach to how to solve the end-of-life story with brand owners and converters. Lastly, Ontour Shield Plus is all around the same properties we just talked about with Shield, but in barrier solutions. So we can provide that same low SIT, that same product protection, that same how to recycle pre-approval, but we can provide it with oxygen barrier or with moisture barrier or both. And that's what Ontour Shield Plus is all about. So next, I want to talk to you about some of the work that Berry has done on the flexible packaging side to demonstrate success in the market and to demonstrate to brand owners like yourself and converters like yourself that these solutions really do work. So what we've done is we've rolled out various case studies where we've worked with real brand owners, real converters, and looked at developing true commercial solutions like the one you see on your screen here in the pet food space. We've developed a commercial or a product that can be commercialized, that's commercial ready in the pet food space. This product offers very strong oxygen barrier, very strong moisture barrier as well, and is capable of displacing that mixed material solution where PET is often used in the outer layer for the reverse printing. We also see that we've had success and we've developed a solution for this large format bag lawn and garden space, which has a ton of performance requirements. As you can imagine, the complexity and the strenuous nature of that application with fertilizer or mulch bags. But we're excited to introduce a product offering there. We also have another area that we've developed in the cookie cracker slug wrap space. So this cookie cracker slug wrap area, which it really it's not just cookie and cracker, it's also all types of slug wrap applications. We've developed a solution there as well that offers very strong oxygen barrier, very high moisture barrier, and low seal initiation temperatures to help those lines that perform in slug wrap applications continue to perform optimally. And in order to partner with brand owners and converters, what we've also done is we've looked at a number of different end markets in the marketplace today and identified what we think what markets we really truly believe are ripe for innovation in the all polyethylene space that could use solutions like Ontour. And just to name a few, one would be barrier food packaging like beef jerky and shredded cheese. Another would be pet treats. And you can see here on your screen that we've developed solutions and films and grades of films that are ready to go in these markets today. We've also looked at the frozen food and form, fill, and seal space. We've looked at dry foods and stand-up pouch space, and we've also looked at wipes and even some flow wrap applications. And as you can see on your screen here, we have solutions for each of those. And so we would love the opportunity to talk to you about our grades of film that exist in the Ontour category and how we can help you solve your difficult flexible packaging challenges to help drive more circularity and a better end of life story. And this next slide here, I'm displaying a few questions that you may want to know around, how bold might differ from a standard print web in terms of how it would perform, what our minimum order quantity might be, what changes or challenges you should be prepared for as you transition to all polyethylene packaging. But I'll just leave it at this. I would just encourage you, if you have questions about our product offering here, if you want to talk more about the solutions Berry can provide in the flexible packaging space to drive circularity, please reach out to me or the Berry team directly, and let's get those questions addressed one-on-one. So thanks for the time today. Excited to be here in front of you and with you and to share what Berry's doing in this space.